Good evening. It's James from Pipe Doctor Home Services. Happy Friday. Happy summer. I look a little tired. I just woke up from a tiny cat nap. I was up very early this morning. But today, well, not today, but this video is the conclusion of the 3-part series of This Thing is a Mess of a boiler from our favorite manufacturer. So if you've been watching all 3 videos, I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm happy that this has now come to an end, and that for now I don't have to go back to this heating system. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. And we're back for part 3 on this unit. Lucky us. Now, whether or not this deserved a whole entire video, I'll let you guys decide that. But I figured I couldn't leave you guys hanging and not let you see the hopeful conclusion. So I'm just unplugging the wire harness for the APS, or the air pressure sensor. And then what we're going to do is take this tube off. And there's 2 Phillips screws back there that hold this thing in place. So we'll get that loosened up. So while I'm doing this, I did ask the client how things were since I replaced the venturi. And they said everything's been fine. Okay. So this pressure switch hasn't stuck yet, which is a good thing. But like I had said, the client wanted to not risk it. Let's see, where are you? Let's get you lined up right. There we go. Probably better off going with a stubby. But yeah, so they said everything so far so good, which makes me happy. So like when things work. So we're gonna keep this tilted so the screw stays in the bracket, and then we'll pop the screw out and set that right there. Has like a rattle to it. So our replacement part, 300 158 11B. The difference between the A and the B is nothing. It's just that updates a part, or they change something minuscule on it, they change that second letter. Because we did have at the shop the same part number but A, and I called to find out, just from my own personal knowledge, what the deal with that was, and they said that I could have used that. It's just that part is technically discontinued, and now it's the B version. Okay, get you guys at a better angle here. Okay, so that's one. Driving through Queens this morning to get here. You can feel upset in the air because the Knicks lost Game 3 last night. See. I'm not a basketball fan, but I watched. Thought it was entertaining. Okay, so let's get this one on the right tightened up. I can get in there. have been nice and easy to do this when I was doing the venturi, because this gas line that's directly in front of me would have been out of the way, or would have been loose. Alright, so that's nice and snug. So what we're going to do is plug our wire harness back in, which it can only be plugged in one orientation, which is this way. Take our hose. That goes to the bottom terminal on the pressure switch. So that's back in. And we'll put power back on and see. I have the kitchen faucet on. Shut the hot water here because I wanted to be able to turn it on myself. I'm going to shut my flashlight so we can watch ignition. I mean, it kicked on like literally instantly. If you're seeing a red reflection, that's just my camera. Like a red light reflecting. Alright, let's just take a picture of this. Say cheese. Okay. We did our combustion analysis in our last video, in the part 2. So we know that's all good. And yeah. I'm pretty happy with how quickly that turned on. It's holding a steady flame now. So to just recap with you, in case you guys haven't seen the previous 2 videos, we were getting intermittent flame going in and out when I first got here on my first visit. We did a cleaning of the flame sensor and the igniter. We took that out. We did an annual maintenance on the system, which I'm not thinking that was going to fix my flame issue. I just did the annual maintenance because it was needed. So don't perceive that as me thinking that was going to be the solve to this problem, because I know it wasn't. More or less, I figured maybe cleaning the flame sensor and the igniter, that was going to solve our issue of flame going in and out, in and out. So after we did that maintenance, went to turn the system on, nothing was happening. Literally nothing was happening. The board wasn't lighting up anything. So it turns out the board went bad. The transformer completely died just from me unplugging it and plugging it back in. So we replaced the board. Once I replaced the board, we then determined that the dual venturi was bad. So came back for the part 2, replaced the dual venturi. When I first turned the unit back on, it was doing the same thing, flame in, out, and out. When I messed with the parameters, it went to this steady flame. So I was like, oh, maybe I just needed to adjust the settings, whatever the case. But then I figured, let me just reach out to technical just to confirm everything's good. And they're like, no, that air pressure switch in the back of the boiler seems to be sticking. So I was like, great. So now I'm back for the 3rd time. And now the unit's running. It's firing properly. It's steady hot water. Good temperature coming out. And they're back up and running. They did sign up for the maintenance agreement with us, so we will be coming by once a year to do an annual maintenance on the system to help keep it hopefully alive, considering how much time and energy and money has been dumped into this thing. So we will do our absolute best to keep it going for them. And when the time is right, hopefully we can put in like an Alta and get rid of this unit and clean up all this piping and just do it over nicely. Correct the venting outside, get rid of these zone valves and just put separate zone circulators. Just redo this mess. But she is now back up and running, and I can finally go psh,